You know what I'm gonna do? I'll go back to Sesame Street. That's right. I'll go back to Sesame Street. I remember that used to be one of my favorite sayings back when I was about 10 years old because it made my mom really mad when I said that. I'll go back to Sesame Street because you know what used to you know what prompted me to say it was I remember back when I was about 10 years old. So this is probably about 1983. Channel 19 used to run cartoons like in late afternoons. They had like Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny. They had cartoons like in afternoons. It was usually like right after I got home from school. So I was about 10 years old. And the thing is, I was too old for Sesame Street then. Now, Sesame Street, don't get me wrong, Sesame Street was funny. Sesame Street was always a funny topic of conversation. But the thing is, I was too old for Sesame Street then because I was about 10 years old. So the thing is, Channel 19, which ran all their cartoons at that time of day on the weekdays, they kept taking off all the cartoons for specials, for all these really specials like He-Man and G.I. Joe specials and stuff, which I just thought those were stupid. So I got tired of Channel 19 taking them off. So I kept saying, you know what I'll do? You know what I'm gonna do? I said, I'll go back to Sesame Street. I did that because I was frustrated at my shows getting taken off. So I threatened to change the station over to PBS, like Channel 48 or 54, and watch Sesame Street instead. Even though I had outgrown it years earlier. I said, I'll go back to Sesame Street. And my mom said, you are not going to watch Sesame Street. You are too old for it. But that's why I kept saying it. I was making a point. I was too old for it, but I kept saying I was going to watch it just to make a point. That Channel 19 kept taking off all my cartoons. And so yeah, that's what I said. I'll go back to... And the thing about Sesame Street, with most TV shows, you can't... That statement wouldn't make sense because, see, Sesame Street is a location. It's a place. So you can't say something like, I'll go back to Laverne and Shirley, because that doesn't make any sense. Or, I'll go back to One Life to Live. Or, I'll go back to The Price is Right. Or, I'll go back to Hardball with Chris Matthews. See, none of those make sense because Sesame Street isn't just a TV show. It's a place. A fictitious place, but a place nonetheless. So, see, if something's not a place, then you can't really go to it, or go back to it, or return to it. So you can't say something like, I'll go back to the ABC Friday Night Movie, because that wouldn't make any sense. But I was frustrated, so I said, I'll go back to Sesame Street. And that saying has a lot of uses. Like, you could say, like, oh no, the school cafeteria ran out of chocolate milk today. I know what I'll do. I'll go back to Sesame Street. Or, oh no, somebody broke my 45 of the Ballad of the Green Berets. I know what I'll do. I'll go back to Sesame Street. Or, oh no, my favorite radio station just changed formats. I'll go back to Sesame Street. Or, the toilet's overflowing. So I know what I'll do. I'll go back to Sesame Street. Or, bubblegum stuck in my hair. I'll go back to Sesame Street. Or, you mean the Republicans just won 47 states? Oh no. Hey, I know what I'll do. I'll go back to Sesame Street. Then everything will be better. Everything's always better on Sesame Street. The street that is immune from Republican tyranny. Or, how about this one? Oh no. We're out of toilet paper. I know what I'll do. I'll go back to Sesame Street. That'll straighten them out. Or, oh no, the supermarket just ran out of beer. I guess I'm gonna have to go back to Sesame Street. Or, they took off Tom and Jerry again and replaced it with Sport Goofy and Soccer Mania. So I'll go back to Sesame Street. Or, they took off Sesame Street again and replaced it with Tom and Jerry. I know what I'll do. I'll go back to Sport Goofy and Soccer Mania. Oh no. Action auction again? Well, I'll go back to Sesame Street. Oh wait, I can't. See, so that's how it works. That's how it works. That's a Sesame Street saying. Because the Sesame Street's just so cool. You know, it's just, if you want to induce lots of laughs, you start talking about Sesame Street. What? The dog chewed up my homework? I'll go back to Sesame Street. What? Congress renewed the Patriot Act again? Well, I'll just have to go back to Sesame Street. So that's the story of going back to Sesame Street.